All right, guys. It is time for a battle of the teammates. It's the ESL North American Open. And we've got BYUN in the bottom right side, representing Shopify Rebellion, 2016 world champion, Micro Beast, and a player who's still an incredibly solid Terran player. He's going to be going up against Scarlet in the top left of the map. Also repping Shopify Rebellion there. Zerg vs Terran on Berlingrad, definitely Terran favored to start off. Now, this is a best of 3, so I'm imagining Scarlet has probably vetoed Curious Minds, the best map for Terran. And maybe Blackburn she might have taken out. If she's not a big fan of Blackburn, she's going to go 6 Zerglings. But interestingly, his Reaper turns around BYUN with a bit of a misclick there. I mean, with 6 Zerglings, you're not really going to get any kills anyway, but definitely a mistake to turn around and give her that extra moment of time. The Reaper going to do a bit of a circle behind the mineral line. Her job here is to just not lose any Zerglings. Notice she's trying to pull these weak Zerglings away. And the Queen does get out, so 0 kills. Well worth it getting the 6lings on a very short rush distance map. Berlingrad, especially once you open these minerals up, those Reapers get there real quick. Now the Lings also help defend this very early tumor, which, interestingly enough, she's spreading down that way. So I think Scarlet's going to take this 4th base, and she's already prioritizing that, saying, hey, I'm going to get to put tumors down here when this 3rd base finishes. But I need to have a tumor already getting out here into this area so that I can defend this 4th base when it goes down. And I've been trying to take this 4th up the top for a few weeks, and I've decided, yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's very good. It's just got way too many good tank angles in front of it. And I mean, this map's pretty short no matter what, but we'll see how it goes. So it's going to be a Viking first. This is a very passive play by BYUN. Now, this is cool to see that BYUN is going for a style which is a little bit more chilled out. A lot of Terrans at Katowice were wasting Berlingrad with big 2-base Marine tank all-ins. And I think it was not a bad way to play, but not the best. Hellions do take out the Zergling in the main base. So she gets a Ling in, she sees no depot on the natural, gets inside, confirms there's no add-on on the starport, and stims happening. So Scarlet in response is probably going to go... I think she'll still go her standard build, like the Lair Baneling Nest one, right? That she was teaching me, and it's been my standard. But I think she'll go double Evo pretty quickly afterwards and a quick 4th base. And the reason is she knows that he can't really do any damage to her. Now, interestingly enough, she's actually massing Zerglings. 17 Zerglings is way too many. So Scarlet's actually messed up her build order a fair bit here, guys. I think she maybe thinks there's something more aggressive coming out, and she's made a bit of a misread, because her worker count at almost 5 minutes should be a little bit higher than this. It's not the worst, but definitely you can see that I think she's a little slow on the droning. Now, the lair does start up there, about 4 minutes 40. She's got the 2nd gas, the Baneling Nest. I expect that 4th base down very soon. Either here or up the top, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure where Scarlet's going to take it. It is a lot of Hellions, so now she needs a lot of Zerglings. I just think she built them a little early. Nitpicking. Oh no! She's clumped up! She's got to get out of there! You do not want to let your Zerglings just get aggroed onto their Hellions, because if they run at them like that, they'll line up. Viking gets another Overlord, but it does go down. It pays the ultimate price, and a great Evo chamber block, plus her Lings on the left side said, hey, if you run in here, I will surround you. Great defense by Scarlet. She's got that 4th base up, 55 drones. Everything is on track now. She's building 3 Spore Crawlers. Now, that's interesting. That's safety against battle cruisers. And I don't really think it's necessary in this game, but she's like, oh, there could be a late battle cruiser about to teleport in at any moment. Let's build these spores. She says, let's not take the risk. Baneling speed starts up. Her double Evo chamber is very late this game. And it does feel like BYUN has kept her economy not too high. Now, obviously, I'm casting this from Scarlet's viewpoint because I'm intimately familiar with this build order after she coached me on it. BYUN, on the other hand, is up to 5 barracks, and he's going to be coming across with those Marine medevac pressures very soon. He did not build a Liberator, a Battle Cruiser, a Banshee, none of those tech units. So even though he invested in a rather high Hellion count, he's not delaying his Marines too long. Now, leaving this tumor here is a bummer. He realizes, oh man, I let the active tumor survive, which means she can replace these ones in the rear and spread that. Now, Scarlet has regrouped her queens all on one control group, which allows the Hellions to be a bit of a nuisance. I think maybe she should have extended the period where they were still on 2 control groups. The reason why she's done that, of course, is very simple. She's put them on 1 because she expects a battle cruiser or stim Marines to arrive. where she wants to be able to bring all those queens together instantly to deal with it. As you can see, Stim, Marines, 1-1, combat shields all finishing in the next 20 to 30 seconds. He's coming forward as BYUN behind this. 4th and 5th reactors finishing up. Armory's coming in as well. And he's going to start that pressure. She's trying to drone her 4th base right now. She's got a lot of queens, zerglings, and banelings. So nice transfuses there. The queen's defending very well. Her lings are threatening to go 4th, but they're not really having to do it. She's going to have to go now as she's running out of transfuses, and great focus fire from BYUN on the first banelings. There are more behind that. He's taking a pretty good trade though. As you can see, BYUN keeps most of his units alive, trades out, creates a big indentation in Scarlet's creep spread as well. So double Evo chamber, upgrades halfway done for Scarlet. They've just finished for BYUN, so he's ahead on the upgrades. He's now turned these guys into Hellbats to do that. 4th CC is on the way. And he should be going for a second factory any moment now, as well as his 2-2 does start on up. Widowmines parading forwards across this map, already setting up to put Scarlet in a very hard position. She's got a great work account, but honestly, she's going into Hydras a little too early in this game, in my opinion. She's trying to get them out to support the Link Bane, and oh my god, BYUN! What the hell was he doing? She actually almost pulled her Banelings back, and then was like, wait, you're not picking up, and still ran into him and got a few decent hits there. Both players with some slight miss-micro there. I think Scarlet anticipating that he was going to do the correct thing, and therefore pulling back for a moment, just a moment of hesitation, allowing BYUN to escape despite him clearly making a big mistake. Now, he has not made that second factory yet. That's the one thing he's missing. That means Drilling Claws is not on the way, and it means he won't have the ability to start tank production as early as he might like. Ooh, okay. He's actually going to go 3 more barracks. BYUN just wants to add Marauders and Ghosts straight away off regular Widow Mines. He's going to skip the second factory and say, no, we're just going to go straight to the later stage. Another scan that misses the front tumor. Oh, BYUN. This is really bad, guys. That's the most important tumor, because that one actually has a spread charge in it. And there we go, does take it out. Baneling's coming in for the run by. Now, this is an expensive run by, and she's queuing it in because she's had so much pressure on her. I'd like to see her really pressuring him on the front while running this in to increase the chance of it working. She gets 2 supply depots, which is, of course, not bad, but that's about it. Nice reaction by BYUN. She's going to try and push forward, guys. She's got 15 Hydras. She's going to 18 Hydralisks. She's massing Hydras. This is a really bad way to play for Scar. Oh, God. Oh, no. She's caught out. She's caught out. He's got too many Marines. She does not have enough Lings and Banes. If she loses these Hydras, it's probably game. And yeah, she's going to lose almost all of her Hydras, every single queen. And she just got caught a bit too far forward on the map, and making 20 Hydralisks, which is way too many. From her own mouth, I believe she said about 12, 15 at the absolute most, and that's when you're maxed. She was nowhere near maxed, and she was at like 18 Hydras there. Oh, that's not good. She also doesn't even have Groove Spines. She's rebuilding her Hydra Den. Wait, she's already got a Hydra Den, but she's making a second one right now because she can't find it, or maybe it's meant to be a Lurker Den, I think? So BYUN getting in under Scarlet's skin and really messing with her. These queens doing some good damage, as well as the Spore. This is not a good drop for BYUN. So he got a bit overeager, but it does set up for... Oh, no, she gets Banelings on that one as well. BYUN overextending. And right when he had so much momentum, yes, he kills her 5th base, but she's got a new one on the bottom. She's still at 90 drones, and I mean, I think she's okay now. The counterattack is dicey. I think cleaning up the Widow Mines, I guess, is pretty important. That's what she wants to focus on, but she loses the Overseer, so she has to pull back. She's got to try and find a bit of calm to you know, take a breather. She's got 2 Infestation Pits and 2 Hydra Dens. Scarlet is going full pig in this game. That is some true pig macro, guys. Now she goes Lurker Den and Hive. She's like looking at her 2 Infestation Pits and going, what the hell am I doing this game? She's got no queens for creep spread either, so every creep tumor that goes down is super huge. She's back up to 14 Hydras. She finally starts Groove Spines and the +1 range upgrade. Now, Hydras can be good versus Widow Mines, of course, but you can see it takes 3 Banelings to kill the Widow Mines there, not 2. She just didn't quite have enough. 2-2 upgrades versus 2-2. 3-3 is on the way. 5th Command Center is on the way for BYUN. He does, of course, have the second factory up now, so he can start tank production, but he's still building Widow Mines for now. The Ghost Academy, Drilling Claws, both starting up at the same time. And that 4th base looking pretty nice there, isn't it? Fully saturated. The 5th will go down on the bottom. I feel like BYUN's trading has been pretty decent. There's been a few times where Banelings have walked into him when he's not looking, though, and that is something he needs to stop having happen. All right, he's going to try and pull back here. As long as he just gets his Marines into the Medivacs, the Widow Mines have a good chance. Pulls off creep, though. And a triple drop on the north is going to dive on in. She sees it. She's got a Spore Crawler that'll get some damage. Not a crazy amount. Definitely won't shoot one of them down, but he's going to get a triple drop on the top. Army on the bottom. The split pushing. Very hard for Scarlet to deal with. She's maxed, though. She's almost maxed. I mean, yeah, he is as well, but suddenly it's not as scary because you're not up 30, 40 supply as the Terran in terms of army. You're up like 10 supply, and she's trying to respread creep. Problem for Scarlet, guys, she has one creep queen. It's this one creep queen that's trying to respread all these tumors that he's constantly scanning out. And yeah, she's got a 5th base up with a couple of spines, a couple of spores spread across. She's got to keep spreading spores across these bases just to disincentivize his attacks. Finally, the lurker upgrades and the lurkers are coming in. But he's already up to ghosts, so it definitely feels like BYUN is ahead in this game. That being said, double Nidus Worm and all that sort of stuff will be going down in the near future. She'll be trying to Nidus him, trying to multi-prong him, and BYUN is not the most perfect late game player. A player like Maru in this situation would be unstoppable. BYUN, I do think Scarlet still has a shot of taking him down. She comes in from both sides. The army on the left, not quite there, but the Baneling flank! And as I said, BYUN a little bit clumped up there. Does get his army caught out. Where are her overseers, though? They're a bit far forward. Ooh, and they both die to that Widow Mine shot. Desperately making 5 more overseers. Double Nidus goes down. Scarlet, she's got to clear things up, get a bit more map control, because right now, BYUN is kind of... he's poking, he's pushing, but he's comfortable. He's treading water, and he's happy to just kind of stay here and add the orbitals, add the... Look, he's building 4 command centers right now. 2 there, 2 there. Scarlet's stressed out. She's freaking out. She's trying to just stabilize and survive. And I mean, as long as they keep trading and he keeps getting overly aggressive, I think she's happy. But the moment he starts turtling, she's screwed because she's not going to find an opening with the lurkers. But here we go. Speaking of finding openings, one lurker goes down, another lurker goes down as well. Banelings do hit the mineral line, taking out a few of these SCVs, but not too many. Good mass repair, and the stim forward takes out the lurkers. Scarlet says, okay, you may have pushed me back on the north, but on the bottom, this base is toast. Bearing SCVs going down to the Banelings, Hydraslings, and Lurkers should take the base out, but Scarlet, she didn't burrow the Lurkers, and that's a mistake. Now she does burrow Lurkers up here, and it looks like BYUN was not watching. Oh no, BYUN! These Lurkers getting 7 kills each, 14 Terran units derping into their death. Now Scarlet does not have a crazy bank. Ideally, what she'd be doing right now is not just Nidus Worming the back, but killing this base. She's killed the bottom base. Now if she can kill the top base, she can just keep branching out, multi-pronging, and catching him out of position. BYUN, on the other hand, should be wanting to slow things down. However, I think he's got a little bit of Clem inside him, and that is, of course, the Terran player that likes to attack. Does not like to defend. That lurker is in range of getting taken out by a single scan. Notice how she shift-clicked it on the SCV, so it doesn't just shoot the planetary. But BYUN, by pulling away and then going back to mining, there we go. Oh, no, it's not in range of the planetary. No high sex upgrade just yet. Ooh, look at that. Immediately changes the rally points, does BYUN, onto these Nidus Worms. Does she have anything inside him? I don't think so, but I'm not quite sure. Yes, she does. She's got lurkers in there. Will it pop up? I don't know. She's looking to jump on the army at the front as well to try and distract him. But only going to get out, what, 4 or 5 lurkers. He should be able to clean this up, but at the same time, Ling Bane jumping on his army. Great spready on the ghosts. Oh, bad trades for Scarlet. And the lurkers will get taken out in the main as well. Oh, this is really bad for Scarlet, guys. The units lost tab is not going to look pretty. Remember, she was down 10,000 versus 7,000 before. Not too bad. Now 25,000 versus 16,000. Oof. That is a, yeah. It's expanding, man. It's expanding the gap between them. This one tank, 23 kills. Oh my god. Oh my god. Captain Chadhammer over there. 25 kills, getting so much damage. She's going to lose her 5th base. She's got to give this one up and pull back, but that means she's suddenly that Zerg who does not have bank. Her income's getting interrupted. Yes, she's taking the top base. She's trying to do a lurker run by on the top. Maybe she can get something done here. Lurkers do outrange planetaries, of course. She wants to get deep enough that the splash actually hits the repairing SCVs, and you can see what happens as units stim down and the planetary does splash damage. Bad fight for Scarlet again. It's just a handful of bio. This gets cleaned up. She tries to jump on this Sergeant Chadhammer, still down there on 32 kills. He's slaying it right now. Dude, this is crazy. Okay, the tank goes down. Sergeant Chadhammer finally falls. Created so many problems for Scarlet on that left side of the map, but BYUN keeps the right side base up. He's getting the 5th base in the bottom left up again. He's got vehicle weapon upgrades, and Scarlet's broke. She's completely broke. She's building 8 workers. She's on 87 drones. Now, in this scenario, she cannot be making workers. She really should just be transferring from base to base, moving them around. This base is already oversaturated, but I think she lost track of that. So she's gone back up to 96. The reason why you don't want to go that high is there's no more bases on this map. This base and this base are probably the last ones she gets to mine from. You're going to have to try and play the efficiency game. And you know she realizes it because she's going Burrow, Pathogen, and Great Aspire. So she's saying, I need to swap to the efficient composition. Lurker Ling Bane is all about swarming and overwhelming and throwing Nidus Worms up and you know, getting the momentum going. Right now, BYUN's ahead in the momentum. He's got just more shit. He's got a bigger setup, bigger economy. He's got orbitals, extra scans everywhere. So Scarlet can't do it that way. Instead, she's got to swap to the slow, very efficient Infested Broodlord, calmly expand base to base, and just try to drag this unit's lost counter in the opposite direction. If she can mine off some of these middle bases as well, that would be huge. He's not letting it happen just yet. She's going to come in with a bit of a flank. There are 3 medevacs, but not enough space inside for everyone, so there we go. Gets 10 supply of Terran units with a flank. Very nicely done by Scarlet. We'll check back in on that unit's loss tab. Right now it is 12,000. So 32,000 to 20,000. It is 12,000 in the favor of BYUN. And it's about 3 to 2. So keeping that in mind. Ooh, very nice fungal. She gets a couple of ghosts there. Medevac did save one of those ghosts. Deep in the red, one in the orange. So good reaction by BYUN. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Oh my god, even sniping drones. Oh, ow. Well, I guess luckily she did overbuild workers before, but takes out 18 drones and a base, gets on out of there. He's scanning to see what her army is, and he sees now the Broodlord transition. Very intelligent. He starts Thors and more ghosts. Now, Vikings is definitely an option here. He does have a starport. It's not being used right now. I think getting a handful of Vikings is actually so good. Because if you can get out like maybe 8 Vikings, 6, maybe even 6, you can like 2-shot Broodlords, 2-shot Corruptors. If you can get enough to 1-shot them, that's what I remember Cyril a year or two ago, maybe it was a year ago, asking him about, you know, what's the number? And he's like, nah, just enough to 1-shot a Broodlord or a Corruptor. He said, you do that, and then you can really just micro them and use them as a ranging tool. And nice fungal. Gets 2 ghosts, and a tank goes down. She's pushing. She's only got, oh, she's actually got 12 Broodlords. There's 8 more behind this. Already loses 1 Broodlord, though, to the snipe. Another one does take a snipe to the face. Her queens, she's only got 1 queen up front, and not that much transfuse. She's going to try and rotate, but nice scans by BYUN, taking out lots of Lingbane, Hydra, damaging the Infestors from up there. The Broodlords will come in. Oh, snipe. Okay, she takes another snipe, but not actually losing the Broodlords yet. Fungal with a lovely catch. Now, as the Thors come forward, they could be effective. Just keep in mind, she's got 2-3 on the Broodlings, whereas the Thor only has 1-0. So it has no armor upgrades, which means Broodlings are going to chomp down Thors pretty quickly. The Thor does outrange, though. She's going to have to go for it. She has to chase these Thors back and try to kill them with the Lings and the Banes. Unfortunately for her, that Liberator, she doesn't really have any anti-air to deal with it right here, right now. And the Ghosts and the Thors do manage to get out of there. She doesn't have Neural either, guys. No Neural. If she could steal the Thors, that would be big. But look, she gets a fungal on the Ghost, but now this Liberator Zone is stopping the Infestors from getting in there. More Broodlords are coming in. She lands a sick fungal. Another sick fungal, but she's out of energy, and that means with no more fungal, it is inevitable that these Thors and definitely the snipes as well from the Ghosts are going to start landing. And it was a nice last-ditch desperate push from Scarlet. She's unable to get through. GG. Alright guys, let's go. Shopify Rebellion's BYUN. In the bottom left side, Scarlet in the top right. Now, a few interesting comments. Some people have said Ghosts are just a counter to everything Zerg has. Ghosts are like super late game and very fragile. So BYUN was kind of just ahead on Scarlet. Like I said, she messed up her early game, guys. She overbuilt Zerglings. So even though she scouted 3 command center, she went up to like 17 Zerglings at about 4 minutes and 15 seconds when he only had 4 Hellions on the map. It's just unnecessary. 17 Zerglings is a lot to build, even versus the 8 Hellions that he ended up committing to, but she shouldn't have built those until 1 or 2 cycles of drones later, so that was a big mistake from Scarlet. And then in the follow-up as well, remember that she went way too heavy on Hydras. I guarantee you she accidentally just held the Hydra key down and built more than she meant to. So she made a big mistake there, and she moved those Hydras and Queens forward, and that was where she lost control of the game, because she lost all of her creep spreading Queens, all of her incredibly expensive Hydras. It's so expensive, man. It's so expensive. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, damn, you never want to lose your Hydras. Lings and Banes can trade. Hydras are not for trading. Hydras you're meant to preserve in every single engagement. After that, she was under a lot of pressure and she was flailing. And that's no offense to Scarlet. I'm sure she'd agree if she listens to this later. And I might, who knows, I might be chatting to her later. Maybe I'll talk to her about these games if I get a chance to. But essentially, she then built 2 infestation pits and 2 Hydra dens. Now check this out. He's going for the cheeky bunker, but her Overlord sees it, and she can easily clean that up. React, Scarlet! Wake up, Scarlet. Wake up. Scarlet, get your lings. Oh my god, she's asleep right now, guys. She hasn't reacted yet. Super slow reaction. She saw that bunker 10, 15 seconds earlier on the map and didn't notice it. Scarlet is having a really off day right now, and now he's going to force a lot of Zerglings. This is a really cute pressure. She should have been able to at least delay this bunker, if not kill the SCV outright by pulling back this Zergling and the other Zerglings. Big mistake. Ooh. Some really good questions in the Twitch chat. Make sure you remember there is a 2-minute delay, guys, so please repost those towards the end of the game so I can try to answer them between the games. Queen's going to come forward. She doesn't have transfuse though, so she's a little wary to go in range of the bunker. She can't really pull back. Hatchery's taking a lot of damage. A single Hellion comes in. It's going to do a bit of a drive around. If I were BYUN, I'd probably just leave. And this has already done more than enough damage. He's happy to lose all this now. He's just going to park that in there. Try and kill some Zerglings. Zerglings do go down. Surround the Marines. Get a kill in the bunker. And he's got Hellions and Banshees at home. He's going to go for a third command center at about 4 minutes 30 here. 420. 420, third CC. Has a full wall off. She's definitely had an awkward start, has Scarlet. Now she's going to go Lair, second gas, Baneling Nest. So she's trying to stick to her guns, stick to the same build as last game. She's got 1, 2, 3 creep tumors out so far. And she's on 5 queens, going to a 6th queen. Now, I think she's got to keep her drone and queen production up more than anything. She's building spores at a pretty good time. Banshee cloak is not that early, but she's now going to see the cloak, which is really good for her. So she knows exactly what she's up against. She's going to have quick overseers, quick spores. It's going to be fantastic. Alright, Banshee has not committed in yet. Realizes that he's pretty well defended. Scarlet right now, all of her queens are on 1 key. No, she's going to split them up. Okay, good job. She split her queens up now. She's got 2 queens, 1 queen group on the front, 1 there. One of those is going to become her injecting queen group as well. It kind of doubles up. She's going to go Spire, Mutiling Bane. Oh, very cool. But he's been playing straight Widow Mines. So I actually think BYUN style is actually already good against this. So a lot will hinge on the first engagement. If she can like shut down the first double drop or something, that'll be huge. If not, she's going to be in big trouble. Good surround for Scarlet. Notice she pulls a lot of the Zerglings back so that they don't just funnel into the chokes 100%. Still takes a lot of Zergling losses. And the drones will go back to mining shortly. She's sending a drone out to that 4th, which will start just after 6 minutes. Considering how much BYUN's been trading on her aggressively, I think that's totally fine. Often I'd be like, hey, 520, you want to get that 4th base down in a real passive game, maybe as early as 5 minutes if you know they're playing, you know, something really greedy. But in this case, where he's gone a bunker, he's dived Hellion, he's dived more Hellions, he's dived Banshees, and you know his third command center came down only at 4 minutes 20. Definitely a game where Scarlet's happy to have that a bit delayed. She will need to be getting up her double Evo in the near future. Mutas are going to build. She'll use those to shut down these Banshees, make sure there's no way out for them. And she's up to 64 drones. She's going to try and get a few workers on her 4th, but she's got to be really careful. And he's actually playing tanks. Oh, so maybe she anticipated that. Now he actually... Oh, I thought he saw the Spire when those Banshees went past. They must have been just out of vision. If he goes for a bio tank push and gets crushed by the Mutiling Bane, it's just game over. Now, on the other hand, he is going to commit, I think, just with the medevacs. Okay, he's just doing light pressure. But if she can get those 2 medevacs, that's also going to be huge. She's got some pretty good map vision. She sees the drop kind of meandering through the middle of the map. I'm not sure if she noticed it or not. Mutas are going to be going to run past. She sees it now entering her vision. Uh-oh, does she have enough? She's got 7 Banelings morphing. They're not ready. She doesn't have Bane speed either, remember. She's forgotten Bane speed completely in this game because she was investing in those quick mutas, and that is a problem. 5th base does get cancelled. Not the end of the world to lose a 5th base. Does lose the high energy queen, which is a bummer. Mutas, though, are going to come on in. She gets 7, 8, 9 worker kills. Make it 10. Ah, but she takes a dangerous corner there. She tries to angle in towards the natural, and while she gets 2 or 3 more SCVs for it, she does lose 2 Mutalisks there. So 2 mutas have gone down. She's got 14 SCVs, though, man. I'm getting some lag spikes from the US West server here, so... Don't worry, guys. That is looks like the connection to US West is stuttering like crazy right now. Wow, what is going on with that, man? Thankfully, the players shouldn't feel that. 15 SCVs for a 5th hatchery. 5th hatchery is nowhere near as important as the 4th. I think Scarlet's happy with that trade. She's going to go straight to 8 gases. Very gas heavy. That tells us she wants to keep up some Mutalisk momentum in this game. She wants to keep dancing with these Mutt-Mutts. And he's swapped over to the reactor now, has BYUN. So he's still ahead on the upgrades, but only by about 30 seconds. And he's actually going into Widow Mines, but the first one's only now starting. Feels like a pretty bad situation. When, like, Mutas, I feel like only when you know the Terrans is probably going to play siege tanks, just because you know how their build plays out or what they like to do on a certain map. It's usually the only time you see top pros play Mutas right now, but I think it's given Scarlett some very nice momentum. And no need for her to fight. She just forces him to siege. She says, yeah. Oh, my Bane speed's finally starting. She's going to go for a bad fight for Scarlett. I do not think this is a good fight, guys. She gets rid of the tanks, and I think pulling back is the right call. Oh, Marines in the open. And he might try and focus down a red hit point muter or something. He's going to lose a lot of Marines there. Well done by Scarlett. And she pulls back. All right, as long as she keeps respreading the creep, she's good. She's got 6 queens right now. How many active tumors? She's got 4 on the left, 2 there. No active tumors there or here. So her queens need to rotate down to that right side. You're going to see her do it in the near future. And you can see she's actually setting up injecting queens. She wants to dump inject so that she can keep her lava machine rolling. Up to 80 workers, plus 2 flyer attacks. 2-2 upgrades, trailing by 1 minute. Scarlett, she's survived this dangerous period with no Baneling speed, and that's really important for her because she's got 14 mutas for map control. She's going up to 90 workers, and she should be able to just stomp from here, but I think the trick here is to keep doing Ling Bane run bys. A lot of players get so focused on the muta count, they forget just how powerful doing Ling Bane run bys can be. She gets 1 medevac and a Widow Mine. Now, the medevac did not have any units inside, but where is BYUN's army? He's trying to shove the right side of the map. He did not expect her to push all the way in. He thought she was just going to pull back. Oh, Baneling's getting close to those SCVs. The medevac with 8 SCVs inside tries to save him, but Scarlett, she gets devastating damage. That should be GG. She takes him out. Swaps into the Mutalisk play. Very nicely done by Scarlett. All right, let's go, guys. Up in the top right side, we've got Shopify Rebellion Scarlett. She tied up the series there, and she's going into a map which I think is pretty good for Zerg. A little surprised that BYUN didn't veto it, but I guess he took out Pride. This is BYUN in the bottom left, going for a blind expansion. No scout. He says, yeah, you're not going to pull first. You're predictable, Scarlett. Now, he might keep the Reaper at home, potentially, if he wants to be safe. But he's, I think, just saying, look, Scarlett's very predictable in her opening. Don't need to worry about anything. She was a little slow on those 2 drones. Slight mistake from Scarlett in the build order. That being said, she pulled off gas real early, so she gets that 3rd down super crisp, 2 minutes 20. She should be building another drone right now, and there we go. And then 4 Zerglings the moment that Overlord pops out. So real crisp opening. If she wants, she might only build 2 Zerglings and actually wait for what the Overlord sees. And if she doesn't see a Reaper, she might actually just build no Zerglings, which would be really cool. Oh, actually, sorry, she already got 2 Zerglings out, didn't she? But they're going to be run by Zerglings. Oh, I like it. Such a big map. She's just like, no, I'm going to have queens out in time. It's totally fine. And this was, of course, a command center first, Pig. Open your eyes. That's why this Reaper popped out so late. It's CC first, Reaper into 3rd command center. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry, I was talking to my Twitch chat, so I jumped into this game a little bit late. And apparently that was the CC first. I'm like, this is really weird. How are Zerglings out before the Reapers even moved out? And it's like, oh... They're both playing nice, greedy build orders. She skimped on the Zerglings. He skimped on getting the barracks out early and the Reaper across the map. 3rd CC's on the way. If she can run a Zergling up this ramp before these Hellions finish, don't go for the SCVs. She sees the depot. Now, that's going to make her think, oh, it's a 2 command center build. But she gets in and goes, oh, this is CC first. Oh, okay. And very nicely done by Scarlett. Now, does she react to this, or does she do an exactly standard build? If I were her, I would play completely standard. I'd say, look, the pressure's a bit lighter from him. Don't really bother with anything but drones other than these 4 Zerglings. And just be chill. But he might even get a 2nd creep tumor there. Oh, that's annoying. Doesn't quite manage to kill it. Ling speed is almost done, so you can see her Lings are moving forward. Now, this will be the last queen she builds in the main. She's going to go Lair, 2nd gas Baneling Nest when that one's done. 4 Hellions moving out the right side and immediately swaps the factory. So this is literally the minimum amount of units for map control. 4 Hellions a Reaper, and he's like straight into building barracks on reactors, building another reactor. He'll get a starport. He's going to have a really juicy build up into just very good economy, and then endless bio coming on forwards on this map. She's got Zerglings there. She doesn't get baited in. She's got to respread the creep, though, on this left side. Keep that creep going. Against this sort of low-pressure build, he's going to hit you with so much stuff. Every bit of creep is sacred because he really can't slow your creep down. He can't force spore crawlers from you. You see Scarlett skip the spores completely. She's going for that layer second gas Bane Nest. Real solid build order from her. And she's going to go, look, he's going to go, sorry, 5 Marines, starport over onto that. He's already got 1-1 started in the wall-off. And he's just looking for the odd tumor snipe. He's already killed 4 tumors this game. So he's slowing down our creep spread. And he's also, of course, saying, hey, these Hellions stop you from Zergling flooding me in the early stage. Now my wall's up, so it's not too bad if I lose those. The command center will float down. He's on 48 SCV, so it's time to rally his bases down there. Baneling Nest is about to finish. She's going 4 gases, sorry. So 4th base started at 5 minutes 10. Even more creep tumors. Well done, BYUN. And just a grenade will finish that one off. Nicely done. Well played. Now, Scarlet has been splitting off a separate queen so that not all the queens are on the same angle sometimes, but it looks like she's forgotten to do that this game. And actually, she's going 6 gas and a Spire. But she's remembered Bane Speed this game. So Bane Speed, Spire. She's going to try and play Mutiling Bane. And he is going to play Widow Mines, though. He's building a reactor on the factory. Zerglings on the right side. BYUN sees them and is like, nope, nope, nope. She's got to respread that creep, and she does so. She's got good map control. Now, she took this 4th base. I'm a big fan of this base on the left. Even if you take this base on the right, I like that base and this base because it's really hard for the Terran to get up here. Even though he's got a lovely area here, it's very flankable from this ramp. And same thing on the right side. It's like, yeah, it's pretty good, but you want to break these rocks down as quickly as possible as well. So I'd like to see Scarlet starting to break those rocks. She doesn't really have time to, though, because the bio is coming. Guess what, guys? 1-1. Stim shields. Look at how nicely timed out that is for BYUN. Oh, man, if you guys really are wondering, is StarCraft the game for me? Will I enjoy this game? You should always get great joy out of something like that. All the upgrades finish just as the attack hits. Beautiful, beautiful setup on the build order. It's a lot of Banelings, but they're slow. Oh no, Scarlet should not have fought this, guys. Her Bane speed was 10 seconds away. That was a really bad decision. There was no reason. There was no infrastructure here. He stimmed. All she needed to do was walk away from that stim, wait for Bane speed to finish, and she shuts this push down. Scarlet takes a really bad fight, and now she's deep in Doo-Doo Town. She should pull back. Do not fight. You've lost a base. It's not the end of the world on its own. It's obviously bad because you threw away your army for literally nothing, and you've lost a hatchery. So don't get me wrong. It's very bad, but it's even worse if you take follow-up fights that suck. So... these Banelings derped out a little bit. She does trap these units, and that's what mutas are very good for. If you overextend into mutas, you get punished. Spready, spready, spready. Nice spready by Scarlet. There's another one there, though. She's got to be careful. She needs an Overseer. Where's her Overseer? Looks like Overseers are coming in. She will clean this up, get control over her side. She's still at 70 drones. She's going to build 12 more. Her Evos. Holy shit. Her Evo chambers, guys, started at 7 minutes 30. Oh, man. That fight was just so bad for Scarlet. I swear she just thought her Baneling speed was done, guys. I guarantee you, when she told her units to engage, she wasn't looking at them. I guarantee you she wasn't looking at them, and she just assumed the Banelings were rolling, and then she was like, hey, why are the Banelings not here? And then saw them waddling in from behind. Really, really, really shit engage for her, and definitely uncharacteristic. She's done 1,000 times better many times before. BYUN kind of having this final game, the momentum gifted to him on a platter, and he didn't have to do anything special at all. He was just like, hey, Crisp's nice timing attack. Let's see what we can get. Scarlet took a really bad fight, and now she's going to have to play survival mode. And with a 4th base already building a planetary, you don't want to be playing mutas in this situation. I mean, she's got 88 workers. She can make Banelings for days. She takes a few good fights. She obviously can do it. It is a big if. She gets 2 SCVs, starts picking off depots over here. Any damage she can find could be good. But Biomine Parade is perfect versus Mutalisks. Now, she does supply block him a little bit, so she's going to try and make him a bit over-eager to run in with these guys. Oh, look at that, though. He's spreading around the edge, creating a really nasty angle. She's like, okay, well, in this case, I will just keep killing your depots. You are going to be supply blocked for days. And the Mutalisk does fly into its death. This mineral line looking very exposed, and I think giving up the base is the right call for Scarlet. She does pick off some of the rally, but Marines do come back to deal with that. Nicely done by BYUN. And, oh, she should be able to take out that Widow Mine. Oh, spready, 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 spready! Ah, she didn't quite get the spready in time. That was a good split, but she did take one bad Baneling hit. Widow Mine hitting like 8 Banelings. Now, he's actually very deep on her side of the map, so has he gone too deep, she's going to spread her Ling Bane on both sides. He's going to try and trade out as best he can, picking up some Marines, trying to drop on the high ground. And, oh, where are her mutas going? Her mutas derped out for a moment there. Scarlet, I don't know if she's got the more control group right now, But she's going to let these 8 Marines and these 5 medevacs potentially get out of here. Where's her Ling Bane? Now it's lagging behind. That buys a moment, and that means boost's ready. He's out of there, scot-free. BYUN just got away with murder. Got another base snipe and got out of there. Scarlet with a little bit of uncharacteristic miscontrol. She's still got 89 workers. She transferred to the base on the right. She didn't actually lose the hatchery. But you got to remember, guys, her 2-2 has not started yet. If she doesn't start that carapace right now, she's going to be up against +3 weapons with +1 armor. It's a double upgrade advantage. And because you're not used to being, you know, you're meant to be at 2-2, she forgot about it for a moment. Now she remembers carapace. Her melee does need to start up next. She needs to do nothing but mass Zerglings here and try to crush a fight, but it's not been something that's been possible for her just yet. That being said, look at her creep spread, look at her worker count, impressive. +2, Baneling, she's got burrow for Banelings on the way. She's got all that stuff. That's really nice. He doesn't have a 5th command center, right? BYUN, he's got Thors, he's got Marauders coming in now, and that's actually really scary. I always talk about the scariest moment with mutas being once they get a wall of Marauders with concussive in front of your biomine spread, Banelings become really shit. It's so hard to get them onto the Marines. You really need to go around, and you can't fight front on at this stage. And Scarlet, she's been a little bit too slow to realize that she's past the stage where she can engage front on. She needs to be backstabbing, counterattacking, going around the army and chipping in from the sides. She has to do some guerrilla warfare tactics. She cannot fight this front on. Now the drop on the right should get cleaned up. She's got a good muta count, but oh, the fuck ledge is always so hard to deal with. I think she could have A-moved it with the mutas, and it was probably the best call, though, because she's going to have to give up the base on the left. I think she needed to just cop that one on the face and just trade a few mutas there. She doesn't want to do it, though. The Banelings rolling into the Thors, Marauders. The spready is good. You can see there a lot of Banelings went down, I think, from a Widow Mine. They're still going after the Marines. She's getting a pretty good fight. Scarlet, once again, is somehow keeping this base alive, but look how many Banelings are being spent to do it. The unit's lost tab is going to be like, I've talked about not pretty. Guys, actually, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. She's up 20 supply. She did actually kill all the Thors. She's actually pushed him back for a moment. She's got to just trade the mutas over here, though. She's got to just trade the mutas, and that sucks. You don't want to fight Marines ever because they're 2-2, soon to be 3-3 Marines, and you've got your +2 mutas that are obviously not a great combat unit head-on. They're more of a harassment flyer. She's just given up that base for now and said, fuck it, let's take the top left, transfer there. He's building mass commands and is still biomine. 3-3 upgrades. Her infestation pit's finally starting at 12 minutes. She's going to go for an incredibly late transition. Thor's in splash damage mode. There we go. Missile turret's getting one shot. Oh, very nice timing to get in here. Okay, and this 5th base I feel is a little late for BYUN. Yes, he's going to kill her base on the right side, but I think patient for her to ignore it. I said just trade your mutas, throw them away. Scarlet's a lot smarter than I am, guys. And she's also a lot better at dealing with shit situations. 25 mutas are out for her. I do still think she needs to do some Ling Bane run-bys, but you can see BYUN's pretty well prepared. He's got units spread all over the shop, so he's actually ready for that move. This Widow Mine could get really big. These Widow Mines that have been left everywhere are obviously a problem now. She's going to lose a few mutas here. 1, 2, 3 mutas go down. That's not too bad, man. To get rid of this drop, definitely something she needed to do. Now, one of the problems she's running into, guys, she doesn't have any creep queens respreading creep. Notice there's no active tumors. She's got one over here, one there, and she's got none anywhere else. So she needs a tumor here, tumor here, tumor here. Needs to start respreading. Overseer takes a Widow Mine shot for the team. She's got some masslings that are going to get cornered on the left. If BYUN spots that, they can't get out of there. Luckily, BYUN does get lured to the right side. He's doing some split pushes and... Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god, bro! She's trying to set it up. Her Lings run through the army, though. She was so focused on the right that her Lings do run through the army. And, oh, he does not take it. He does not take that fight now. She's trying to bait him into these Banes. He's not taking the bait. He's going to kill the base on that side as well. He's refusing to step on him. Oh, she does get a decent one, but he was a bit spread. He was a little bit spread. She takes out the Thor. The mutas are actually going to overwhelm because there's not enough Marines on the left side. Oh, that's super cute. She's going for the mass Marine arm, the mass Mutalisk army, which is like, you don't have enough Marines. You're too Marauder heavy, dickhead. And you know, Thors are decent, but you don't have that many, and I can always roll Banelings into the mutas, into the Marines. So she's going for a wild style here. She's got +2 attack. She doesn't have an armor upgrade, definitely hurting her as she goes up to over 30 Mutalisks. She's still got burrowed Banelings on the retreat. The lack of creep spread here. Obviously, it's so hard to respread creep in this scenario. Oh, lots of Marines getting taken down. BYUN unable to finish this game off. He's been so ahead on upgrades for so long, and now her hives are here. She's going to make +3 air weapons. She'd like to make her 3-3 on the other stuff as well. She's trying to get some semblance of an economy up, but she realizes she's got like, what, 28 Banes, 12 Zerglings. Her ground army sucks right now. And yet she also can't really afford to re-drone. So if I were her, I'd probably be going Carapace and just massing Ling Bane, trying to respread creep, and just find an angle with these mutas. Try and find an angle. Now, Banelings do burrow in front of BYUN. I think he saw that. She's just going to fight. Yeah, and this is the thing. If you're spread out to deal with Banelings, the mutas do sometimes find like 8 Marines. And they're like, you know there's 32 Mutalisks, right? She's building 7 more. She's going to go to 39 mutas. That's a dead Thor. She can just click on the medevac. The medevac goes down with the Thor inside it. And look at that. Oh, yeah. Scarlett's bringing back that bloody grit and determination from 2014. She says, have you ever heard of Red Bull Battlegrounds? You ever heard of a guy called Bomber? Yeah. I've come back from here before. I've done it. I've come back from here before. I may have been under the gun all game long, and yes, it's because I messed up pretty early against the very first push, but it's Hardwire. It's a long map. There's always room to come back. If you're going to play the mobility game, you're going to do it well. Now, he's got Widow Mines hiding behind the factory and a Thor up there. BYUN's going to try and lure these units over. He's trying to drop that Thor down there. Mutas are going to take out a command center. He's not moving over the Banelings. That's a problem for Scarlett. Now, she goes forward, takes a Widow Mine. She's losing Mutalisks in droves, though. She's down to just 21 mutas. She's lost about 40 mutas this game. Yep, 37 mutas have gone down. That being said, she's on top of the production. She's going to take out an orbital. She gives up this base. I don't think she wants to fight this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, the Widow Mines weren't too bad. He does go in the main, and he goes to the fuck ledge again. That is such an annoying ledge. Of course, only Mutalisk's able to deal with that. She's going to try and fight it with a Muta, and then she's going to realize, oh, I've got to give that base up. So she's going to have to give this base up. BYUN being very annoying on the fuck ledge all game long. There's a Widow Mine blocking this base, which is a big problem for Scarlett. She's got full mining there, but it's running out. That's not quite full mining. This base being denied is crucial. If we look at that income tab over the last few minutes, Scarlett has been mostly ahead, but right now, a big wave of mules must have just dropped because I see 4,000 minerals a minute. Oh, God. So BYUN dropping the mule hammer is going to be big. Boom, boom. Just do it. Just do it. You know you want to, Scarlett. Come on, Scarlett. Just do it. Oh! Ah! Scarlett, go! Boom, boom. Scarlett, make boom, boom. Please, Scarlett. Boom, boom. Oh, she just missed a huge boom, boom. But he might go back over it. She's doing little Zergling run-bys. Her mutas are there. She does not want to fight into this army front on. Notice he set up a trail of Widow Mines to retreat into. She's going to try and defend this base. I don't know if it's the right call. She's got Ultras out. 3-3 Kindness Plating is on the way. And giving up the bases is the right call. It's all about efficiency for Scarlett. Remember I said, is she going to tie up the efficiency? Yes, she's way closer. Oh, that Widow Mine got a good hit. That Widow Mine not able to fire, though. She's going to try and run in from the flank. Watch out for these Widow Mines, though. Big booms on the Banes. And yes, she's going to take down his army, but she does engage just before her upgrade's finished. A big burrowed Baneling as the Marines get chased on into it, which is pretty nice. And she actually cleans up that army. I don't know if that's going to be enough because this Widow Mine has been blocking her attempts to take that base on the left side. She needs infestors. So in this scenario, there's only one way you can do it, and that's Fungal Ultra, right? And the thing is, she's trying to rebuild mutas right now, and on her economy, that ain't going to work. It's not going to cut the mustard. Couple Corruptors is not a bad idea, just so you have something to deal with drops. But this base is dead. She cannot lose these drones. She's running in that left side. Her muta's running to the right side. She's got to get out of there. Oh no, Scarlett! No! Big booms. Okay, that second one, only 2 drones. First one, 5. Scarlett, get out of there. Get out of there. The Muta goes down, gets gunned out. She might lose an Ultra here as well. There's a big Marauder count. 11 Marauders, 39 Marines, 14 Widow Mines, and 2 Thors. Still just playing Biomine Thor. She's on Mutiling Bane. Why transition is what he says, but he's got to keep that Marauder count high to deal with these Ultras. Mutas will deal with those units on the right side. She's going Pathogen Glands. She realizes what she's got to do, guys. Baneling Bomb does go off there. I don't think it got too many units. It clipped the Marines, clipped some Marauders as well, but didn't get it quite in the center of the juicy mass. And now that he's between her bases, I think he's done it. He's checkmated her. She's got to clear this army, and she's got to clear it now. The Widow Mines, the first ones, don't get great hits. The Ultras are coming in, but they're getting stuck behind each other a little bit. But remember, she's just lost all her workers on the right side. She needs to crush this fight, but it's not quite going to be enough. The base got ransacked by that bio on the left. She gets pushed back in the middle, and Scarlett has to tap out. GG, well played. GG, well played. Scarlett fights back into it, but BYUN doing it with the power of the F ledge. This ledge, if you don't have Ravagers or Roaches or Hydras or Lurkers, it's so annoying to deal with that. If you have Mass Queen, you can deal with it, but remember, Scarlett had lost all of her queens. And as a result, she only had 4 queens. If she had like 10 queens, she could have killed the medevacs and then killed it from the high ground where BYUN wouldn't have had vision. As it was, I think maybe she could have moved the spores down and tried to move the queens forward, but this was always going to be really hard to deal with. She fought like a boss from behind. Absolutely love it. It is a shame she didn't get the boom booms over on that right side. I do think that one might haunt her a little bit when she realizes just how much army was standing on top of these Banelings, right? I think it was these two. But yeah, this ledge, so well used. If she had a Spore Crawler here earlier, it would have killed these medevacs before they dropped up there many times in this game. And here we go. This was the moment, guys. We're 17 minutes. There's a decent little boomy available. But then in come more Marines, and she could have got maybe 14, 15 Marines here. Definitely a good hit. Like, really, lots of Marines clumped up. She had about 15 seconds to do it, I believe, as well. And then he's going to move forward. She notices just a little bit too late. Such a bummer. GG, well played, though. What an awesome series. So hard fought between these two. Absolutely love it. GG, well played, BYUN.